My name is Floss, and I'm a cross stitcher. So, why am I doing this? Well, I'm going to blame it on Eric from Chips Manor. He kind of told me I should do this. I have a feeling it's mostly because I have a huge stack of work in progress, so I could talk forever. And maybe that's why he's really doing that, so I don't bug him on Messenger as much, because I do tend to do that a lot. So, here it goes. Anywho, I haven't had a ton of time to stitch recently. I was lucky enough to have my parents come in from Georgia. I currently live in Kansas, and they stayed for 2 weeks. They also had my brother come down who lives in Omaha. I got super lucky, and my husband Adam got to come home for 4 days. He's stationed down in Alabama teaching. The military keeps him away a lot. And then I had my best friend Jason from Idaho come in and spent 10 days. And yeah, it's been a little crazy. And then the kids started school. I've got 4 kids that range from 7 to 17. Yeah, it's been a little bit of crazies. Anywho, while my friend was here, I got to cross stitch a little. We enjoyed watching shows on Netflix out of boredom sometimes. And we started watching Supernatural about 3 years ago, and we only watch it together, so we're slowly making our way through. But in the end, we didn't get much Supernatural in because I found out he had never seen Firefly, and I couldn't handle that, considering that's one of my favorite TV shows. Just tragically too short. But while watching it, I started a new piece. This is Phoenix Rising from KLT Charting out in Great Britain on a piece of Chips Manor's fabric. It's an orphan piece. Super excited about how this is turning out. Mostly I'm also pretty proud because this is a really clean pack for me. This never happens. But anyhow, super happy about this. This is one of the ones I've been wanting to start for a while. I don't really know why I didn't, because I picked this up for an orphan. I want to say back in April, but I'm kind of slow sometimes and easily distracted. Another piece I've been working on is Lizzie Kate's Jingles. I originally started this one for my mom, but my mom doesn't want it in this color anymore. She wants it in blue. I shouldn't say she didn't want it in this color anymore, because I picked this color and she wants blue, so I have to restart it. This is a piece of fabric from Dying to Cross Stitch. Kathy out of Kansas City does it. I'm super excited about how this one's turning out. It'll eventually be mine if I ever finish it, but yeah, I've got almost the first 6 blocks done out of 12, so we'll see when it's finished. But then I'll have to do another one for my mom in blue. I've got another work in progress out. It was Eric did a floss tube and mentioned his electric fabric off his website, and I actually have a piece of it, and I started bewitching Pixie on it. Started this in Stitch Mania. This is as far as I got, but I'm super excited. I love this fabric, and I actually love her. Thing that tripped me out, she has a lot more reds and browns in her than oranges, because the picture she looks really orange, but again, I can't complain because it looks stunning. It'll also be, if this is the one I finish first, probably not, but it'll be my first attempt at beading, so yay. Another work in progress I've been poking at here and there is Color Cascade. Tammy has a stitch ongoing dealing with soda design patterns. I had them here so I could show them. But she originally had pieces cut, so you did this one in the center, and then use these beautiful little ones around her to kind of finish the piece. But I had a piece of studio fabric from Tammy, and I decided to do them on this. I started this when I was at the swim meets between my daughter's races. I would stitch on it, so I didn't get a ton of time to work on it, but I'm super happy with how it's turned out. And I'm not really a mermaid person, but I'm super excited to have this one finished and something. I'll explain that and something in a minute. So these are some of my works in progress. Not even close. I mean, you can kind of see back up there, there's a stack of them, and those are just the ones still on frames that I haven't taken off or that I haven't done something with recently. Next, I was going to show y'all a couple of pieces I've done to give you a feel on some of the stuff I do. This is a piece of Picture This Plus. I'm lucky to live fairly close to Picture This Plus, so I get to go and play with their fabrics. Gentleman Cthulhu. I can't remember the Etsy shop's name that this came from, but it is called Gentleman Cthulhu, and I will find a link to the shop. My son, my 16-year-old, jokingly put Cthulhu on his Christmas list, and this is what he gets for putting Cthulhu on his Christmas list. Super happy with how this turned out. I think didn't even know anything about Cthulhu, but which is really sad because I really like stuff like this. Like, I'm totally Bigfoot fan and Nessie fan. No, I'm not really convinced they exist, but I really, really want them to. And Cthulhu would be pretty great if he was real. So that's one project I finished this year. Another one, this is by Jaeger and Yarn. It's pattern Etsy again. Now you gotta remember, forgive me because I could be saying I'm wrong. But if cats could text you, they wouldn't. This explains most of my cats. Okay, maybe not really. I can fill in there now. I have 5 cats. I have a gray tabby named Timo, named after a League of Legends character because he is my Swift Scout. I have Camille. Yes, he's a boy. White underbelly, kind of calico top. Got Kimchi. My husband was in Korea when we got him. We usually get a cat for deployments and stuff. And he jokingly called it Kimchi, even though we hadn't met him and the name stuck. So we have Kimchi. Then I have what looks like a Russian Brilou. It was just from the local cat rescue. He's super angry, like really loving, but he talks a lot of attitude and then runs away, which is just like Starscream from Transformers. So we got Starscream. And then we have a newer cat. He's about 4 years old. We recently lost a black and white, so a tuxedo. And yeah, we weren't handling it well, so we went to the cat rescue, weren't really feeling anything, and they're like, hey, you need to meet this one. Looked at him and we're like, no, that looks way too much like Oppo, but then he reached his paw out. And yeah, he came home with us. But they had called him Creed. The people who had surrendered him had named him Creeper. And yeah, that wasn't going to stick, so his name is Combo for Combo Breaker. I also have 2 dogs, a Chihuahua named Cow and an Italian Greyhound named Luna. Yeah, it's okay. You'll learn to understand. Going back to this piece, Timo would definitely text me because he's my cat and he does everything. And yeah, Starscream has to text because he has to tell you his entire life. But, you know, Camille and Kimchi and Combo Breaker, it depends on the day on if they would text. If they needed food, they would text. The fabric is Smoky Rose from KLT Charting. So yeah, they do fabrics and patterns. So, woohoo! I really like this one. So, yeah. Next up is one that I originally did for my friend Jason. He was born in Scotland, so I like to call him Viking and make a bunch of jokes about him being a Viking. And so I did this one for him originally. This is on a Picture This Plus fabric. I don't know why. I super love this one. I'm one of those people I normally stitch stuff, and it's not that I don't like it, but I'm kind of like, oh, whatever. I love this one. I decided not to give it to him. I'm going to have to stitch it again so he can have it. But this was where I was kind of leading. Even this piece I super love has been folded up and sitting up there. I'm really, really, really awful about actually framing any of my pieces. So, they just think, oh look, it kind of looks like script. Okay. Next up, I was going to show a piece of fabric. This is from Mystic Guide Fabric. Misty runs a Facebook group, and she makes trap fabrics. I love the word trap, because everything in cross-stitch land is a trap for me anyways, but fabrics are always a trap. This is coming off a lot more blue and stuff than it really is. It's really kind of a light green with blue undertones. I might give me a chance to stitch the elusive Tiger Lily pixie, so I'm super excited. So this is the fabric I'm hoping to do her on. A little worried because it is 18 count, but we'll see. I'm trying to find beads to work instead of the ones called for, since it's mostly for 14 and 16 count. I've got one little piece that I was going to ask for y'all's help for. Misty, who I chat with a lot because she's awesome and she does fabric and she has a corgi and she has a corgi and she has a corgi, completed this Glendon Place Folk Art #1 pattern, and I kind of fell in love with it. This is not my normal style. It's got beads. Yay, beads! And it comes with the kit you can get with it comes with sulky. So there's, you know, cute little spools of thread. My problem is coming in is I need to pick a fabric to do or go with it. And I was gonna ask y'all what y'all thought, because I've got two choices that I've kind of narrowed it down to. You have to understand, I'm an Ada stitcher. I really don't like linen, and I really don't like even weave. I will stitch on them if I absolutely have to. I've got a couple projects in the work. I got Evolutions up here by Heaven and Earth, which is on even weave, and I've got a couple that I'm planning on starting. I'll do it if I have to. I really prefer not to. But anywho, Misty already did this, and she learned the hard way. I believe hers was on 32 count. That the beads don't fit if you use 32 count. So, and my problem is I am mostly an 18, 20, and 22 count type of person. So I have some 14 count, but I don't have a ton. But I have two pieces I dug out of my ridiculous stash of fabric that happen to be 14 count, and I'm trying to decide between them. This piece is another piece from Dying to Cross Stitch, and it's a pretty blue and white, and so there's a fake floss toss. Woo! And then I have another orphan piece from Ship's Manor. This is a lot lighter than it's showing up right now, but it's got purples and pinks and blues. Floss toss round 2. Yay! So, help me decide which one to use. Purple or blue? Purple or blue? Yeah, if you could help me out, I appreciate it. Then I was going to show you two projects that one I will be starting soon, and one that I hope to be starting soon. So, Missy from Hand Dyed Fabrics started up a Facebook group where we're supposed to be stitching in all of 2019 on Halloween patterns. No way I'm going to be able to do this. I have way too many other things I want to work on, but I figure I could probably dedicate 2 weeks a month to stitching on Halloween. But I also need to do fall stuff, and she okayed it. So one of them I'm going to be working on is this Raven's Roost from Ship's Manor. It's in the Keepsake Cross Stitch Calendar magazine that came out this year. I don't really know why. This isn't normally my thing, but I'm super excited. I already got the floss. I've already got the fabric. I got slightly different fabric than what it calls for here. The one that's called for, I already had Eric dye a piece for me for the Hawk Runs Halloween. So I picked one of his other purples. So I'm super excited to start this. And then the other one, I don't have a piece of fabric for this one yet, which is why I haven't started there, else I would. Because I like holidays. Kind of. I mostly like holidays because of food. So if there's a holiday and there's food, I'm there. I don't even care what holiday it is. But, you know, Christmas and Thanksgiving and Easter, I get a lot of food. I also do a lot of food on any other holiday. So I don't really know what I'm talking about. I make weekends holidays. So. But this is a Glendon Place. It's got beautiful little poinsettias. It's called Flower of the Holy Night, and I'm super excited to start this. It's got silks and beads, but I don't have a piece of fabric for it. So save me, help me find a piece of fabric to put this on, because I don't like ever using what people call for it, because I'm a rebel or something. Yeah, so I don't think I have much to say other than that. I am sorry for messing with my hair. I recently got all of it cut off, as in I had over 24 inches of hair taken off. I haven't had my hair short since never. Like, I was pretty much born with more hair than this, and yeah, but I got it all chopped off, and I'm learning how to deal with it and its shenanigans of being short curly hair. But I hope you enjoyed this. If you want more, I guess leave comments as well. The other YouTube videos, like, leave something in the doobly-doo, and I'll try to answer. And if you have any questions, let me know. Thanks. Bye.